unmute to say Alice.
Just making sure it's up. Just refreshing my page here.
Oh,
yes, we are on. We are live.
Hang on, let me, since we are live, could you send me a link to the live thing so I can,
oh, yeah.
Send it to my Faja? Oh. Actually, Xander, would you... Fuck, I don't know, because it's music.
Hello and welcome to This Date in History, aka TDH. This show is all about the events that occurred today in years past, both recognized by actual historians, but mainly things that we personally find intriguing enough for us to bring to you. The source of this information comes from the smart device application Today in History, What Happened Today in History, and the website onthisday.com. For links to those sources, the music you're hearing, and anything else potentially interesting that we may scrounge out during the show, check the box below. I am once again your host, Ayo Xander, and I am joined by my co-host,
who is Alice,
and
Señor Long de la Santa.
Jeez, it just changes all the time.
Yeah, just like muffins. Actually, muffins hasn't changed in a while. But anyway, on with the show. Today is Thursday, aka Thursday, January 27, 2022. In the year, actually, let's have Lunk start us off today with the year.
Yeah,
98.
we should definitely have Lunk lift off the show here.
Oh shit, come on, don't be a dick. Discord.
Right.
Okay. There we go, I got it.
Okay.
Starting off with 98. Trajan successfully succeeded his adopted father, Nerva, as Roman emperor under the Roman Empire. It reaches maximum extent.
You were really garbled.
Yeah, I was gonna say, am I the only one hearing him sound like a robot?
No.
Okay, yeah, you sound very robot-y there, honey.
I don't know.
About the same.
Yeah, we both can't hear you. I heard...
I heard a couple words out of there.
Yeah, I did.
Anyway, while he's fixing that, I'll go ahead and take this. In the year 98, Trajan succeeded his adopted father, Nerva, as Roman emperor. Under his rule, the Roman Empire would reach its maximum extent, which is actually really big. I'm gonna look.
Yeah, you want to go into that and how big is it? Like how significant was what he did do?
The largest expanse was once again under Trajan. He reigned from the year 98 to 117, and encompassed an area of 5 million square kilometers.
Jesus Christ!
Yeah, no, it was obviously all of Italy, a lot of France, all of Spain, everything in the northern Africa sector, Egypt, and a whole bunch of areas in the Middle East and everything, Greece. The lower half of the UK or the British island. It was a lot. So
his expansion was far and wide.
Well, I'm not sure how much his expansion was, but this is the maximum that the Roman Empire ever got to. And at one point, it was even said that the Mediterranean was a Roman lake because they completely encompassed around the entire Mediterranean Sea. So,
no shit.
Yeah, if you go into my stream,
the more you know.
Yeah, if you go into my stream, I have a picture open right here for you.
Here, let me click on your stream. I actually haven't joined the stream. Hang on, let me here. There, that's my problem. Jeez.
Yeah.
Jeez.
Yeah, 117.
Ooh.
That's a
big all the didn't get, but he conquered everything around it and oh wait, no, that's the Mediterranean Sea. My bad.
Yeah.
I'm an idiot.
That big blue section in the middle, that's water.
No, I was looking at the one on the right where it's red and white, and I was like, what's all this white? And I was like, oh, that looks like that's the Mediterranean. At least I caught on that was the Mediterranean Sea.
Well, you have.
Jesus Christ. I have 661. The fourth caliph of the Rashidun Caliphate. Ali ibn Abu Talib, Talib, was struck on the head while praying at the Great Mosque of Kufa. The Mesopotamia by a pointed sword wielded by Ibn. You really? This is why you gave it to me.
No,
Okay.
it's a death.
No, okay. Well, it is a death too. Okay, so Ibn Muljam Kharajiti. Yeah, Kharajiti. Ali would die 2 days later. Oh, my dad told me the proper saying for what we said Versailles.
Yeah, it's Versailles.
Yeah, it's Versailles.
Versailles.
Or yeah, Versailles.
Yeah.
Like the L's, like the S's. I'm sorry, like totally threw me for a loop there. Anywho, let's go to 672.
Yeah. So Ed, have you fixed your microphone yet?
Oh no, I picked my microphone.
We're getting feedback.
Yeah, you're a little garbled. So
getting a little bit of feedback from you, Alice.
Oh, hang on. Let me. Before you say anything, it might be because. Oh, I know why. Noise suppression. There we go.
There we go.
Oh no. There we go.
So, you want to take 672?
Okay, if it works, because it's probably connection, because I have different headphones on now.
Well, it's not any better, honestly.
No, it isn't.
Well, if you don't mind, we'll just we'll try you at your marks.
Okay, so 672 Saint Vitalian ended his reign as a Catholic pope. His reign.
Yeah.
His
reign. But speaking of that, moving on up to 847, Sergius II also ended his reign as Catholic Pope the same day. Apparently, stepping down from being the voice of God is an option throughout antiquity. I don't know. But Alice, you have the next one here.
Oh yeah, so I do. In 1142, wrongful execution of a noted Song dynasty general Yu Fei.
Well, that's not too nice.
I actually believe that he was in like a video game. Was that the Dynasty Warriors? I think Young Fei might have been in a Dynasty Warriors video game, but I could be very wrong.
I have no idea.
Have you ever played Dynasty Warriors? That game's fucking awesome.
No.
I have.
Moving on up to.
I have.
Whoa, wait, what? Why is 945 over here? The co-emperors Stephen and Constantine were overthrown and forced to become monks by Constantine VII, who became sole emperor over the Byzantine Empire.
Jesus Christ. That just sounds like a lot of crazy stuff. Yeah. Malarkey.
I DM'd you a link to the live show, by the way, Alice.
Oh, you did? Thank you. Hang on, let me just do a little quickie thing. Why don't you read a couple things while I send the link along?
Moving on up to the year 1302, Dante Alighieri was condemned in absentia and exiled from Florence. And then 41 years later after that, in 1343, Pope Clement VI issued the papal Unigentius to justify the power of the Pope and use of indulgences. Nearly 200 years later, Martin Luther would protest that. And then moving on up to 1538, the states of Gelderland accepted Willem van Cleef as viceroy.
Viceroy?
Yeah.
Ooh.
Lunk, you want to try 1556?
I gotta go back to my Discord. I love the fact that YouTube doesn't stop me from hearing it, because I have my headphones over here and I can hear you talking through it. Well, I sent the link. Oh shit, I can hear myself. Oh,
yeah,
he's gonna throw me off.
It's a 10-second delay or something.
Yeah, because of editing.
Mr. Lunk.
Yeah.
You want to try 1556?
Yeah, I'll try 1556.
Alright.
In 5056, William the Horn, a Knight of the Order of the Golden Fleece.
Golden Fleece.
Uh-huh.
Dude,
That
we've
sounds
talked
like-
about this before. Remember, we talked about this like what, a week ago, 2 weeks ago,
Yeah, wasn't that like
or maybe
snooty,
3 weeks ago?
Wasn't that snooty order? Or
Yeah, but
something?
you were saying it's like it's still going on to this day. The Golden Fleece.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. I could have totally remembered. Like, yeah, I totally remember that.
Yeah. That's good.
Well, yeah, exactly. It is. Right now we're moving up to 1591.
Yep.
We're going to Scottish schoolmaster Dr. John Fionn, or Fionn, was burned for witchcraft at Castle Hill in Edinburgh by order King James the Fourth, the V1 or 6.
V,
Okay.
V
So
is,
if it has like an okay, yeah, okay,
V is
yeah.
5.
All right, you're right. Yeah.
IV is 4.
Yeah.
VI is 6.
Yeah, see, I always have a problem with this. Okay, so yeah, so it's the 6th. So, he was ordered, to burn alive by Edinburgh, King James the Sixth, part of the Berwick witch trials.
Which I had no idea. Like, obviously they had witch trials, but...
Well, so, I mean, there's, like, the only witch trials I remember, really,
Salem.
except for, like, you know, the Spanish Inquisition and stuff, which, like, where it wasn't really, it was more so they're killing pagans alive.
Yeah, the Inquisition was all about the Catholic Church. Hey, Muffin, welcome to the
Yeah.
show.
Hey, Muffin!
Speaking of the Catholic Church and everything, in 1593, the Vatican opened 7-year trial against scholar Giordano Bruno.
No, like, think of it, that guy who was like, you remember, you like to do the aliens.
Oh,
Yeah.
why can't I remember his? It's in my brain.
Well, his name is just impossible for me,
No,
but, like, I like, that hairline is never forgettable.
Giorgio Tsoukalos.
Yeah, there
Yeah.
you go.
But looks like you get the gunpowder plot here. The 1606, Alice.
Hang on. I had to lose something here for a sec. My God. My God.
My
Okay,
God.
so where am I? What year?
1606.
606. I don't know, 1606. You know, close enough. What the fudge?
Just 1,000 off.
Dude, what the hell here? Oh, I have. Alright, yeah, 1606. We have gunpowder plot. Oh my God! Remember the 5th of November. The gunpowder treason and plot. I know of no other reason why the gunpowder treason should ever be forgot. So, the gunpowder plot, the trial of Guy Fawkes and other conspirators began, ending with their execution on January 31st.
Dang. We know somebody with a Guy Fawkes mask.
One, but I gave it away.
I was talking about Muffin.
Oh, muffins! Speaking of muffins, you should take 1662, my friend.
Yes, he should.
62. The first American lime kiln began operation in Providence, Rhode Island.
Nice. Moving on up to 1671, Mr. Lunk.
She's Monk,
Yes,
she's
well,
Monk,
oh.
she's Monk, she's in my head.
Yeah, also, 1671, Welsh pirate Henry Morgan landed at the gates of Panama City.
Nice.
Welsh
She, the Captain Morgan,
Pirate?
Yeah.
Who's Henry Morgan?
Henry Morgan. I
Like,
think
I-
he's
like,
Captain
you know,
Morgan.
Maybe I'm just an...
Henry
Oh.
Morgan. He was a
Is
Welsh
this where
privateer, a
rum came into-
plantation owner, and later Lieutenant Governor of Jamaica.
Oh.
Oh, wow.
Was he named... Hey, can you find out if he was named after the brand of rum? That's a good
not
fucking
sure.
thing, Captain Morgan.
But from his base in Port Royal, Jamaica, he raided settlements and shipping on the Spanish
Yeah.
Main, becoming wealthy as he did so. So he was a pirate.
Somebody named Captain Morgan after this pirate.
Yeah.
Of course they did.
Yeah, I wouldn't be too
I
surprised.
almost guarantee it, but I could be wrong.
Moving on up to 1687, Charles Perrault's poem "The Age of Louis the Great" read out at the French Academy, was part of the literary quarrel of the ancients and the moderns.
Oh,
Look
shit.
at that.
Well, you know what? I'm going to move up from 1687 to 1695 today
Yeah.
in history. Mustafa II became the Ottoman Sultan and Caliph of Island of Istanbul. And on the death of Ahmed II, Mustafa ruled until his abdication in 1703.
Dang, so that's 8 years.
Hey,
Yeah,
yeah,
happy now.
about the name Mustafa.
Mustafa Ali. He's a wrestler now. This guy called Mustafa Ali, but he likes to dress up like he's like the Iron Man. And then wears this weird like Sub-Zero mask. So he's like doing like a hybrid of like Mortal Kombat Sub-Zero with Iron Man.
Interesting.
He's doing a hybrid.
It's horrible.
A hybrid of
But
Glacier.
it's cute, but he's a really good wrestler.
Jumping up ahead about 80 years in the year 1776, that should be a very familiar year to us all. During the American Revolutionary War, Henry Knox's noble train of artillery arrived in Cambridge, Massachusetts, what is that? It was also known as the Knox Expedition. It was led by Continental Army Colonel Henry Knox to transport heavy weaponry that had been captured at Fort Ticonderoga to the Continental Army camps outside Boston, Massachusetts during the winter of 75 through 76. Dang. Well, that's cool. It was confiscated, weapons. Awesome.
He might be out of indicas.
Mr. Buffett, 1778.
Yeah, so in 1778, Niccolo Pacini's tragic opera Roland premieres in theater Dole Palace
Yeah.
Royale in Paris, France. I don't know how the hell of that.
That's all right. From there, we go to 1785. The University of Georgia was founded, making that the first public university in the United States. Nice. I hear that Georgia has good peaches. Who wants 1820?
In 1820,
Take the one after it.
Okay, in 1820, a Russian expedition led by Lenin Godley von Bellinghausen and Mikhail Petrovich Lazarin discovered the Atlantic continent while approaching the Arctic coast. Wow.
So, for those of you who didn't hear that, it was basically the discovery of the Antarctic coast, or of the Antarctic continent.
Yeah.
So, we got to get you a new mic or something, Mr. Lunk.
Yeah, like remember when I was robotic a few weeks back?
Yeah.
But like,
Anything, the connection's horrible.
Yeah. Well, he got a new headphone recently, I believe, but he's having some connection issues. Moving on up to 1823, President Monroe appointed the first U.S. ambassadors to South America. Nice. Always nice when the North and the South talk.
oh.
Mr. Muffin, 1825.
Sure. So, 1825, the U.S. Congress approved Native American territory in what present-day Oklahoma, cleaning the way for forced relocation of the Eastern Native Americans on the Trail of Tears.
Yeah. And the Trail
of Tears. Oh shit, the Trail of Tears.
Yeah, the Trail of Tears, for those of you who do not know, was part of the Indian removal, an ethnic cleansing and series of forced displacements of approximately 60,000 Native Americans of the 5 civilized tribes between 1830 and 1850 by the U.S. government. Absolutely appalling.
Yeah.
Manifest Destiny can kiss me in the ass. So.
What year are we at now? Sorry, I had a...
We are now in the year 1853, and during that year, on this date of January 27th, the U.S. whaling and sealing vessel, the Levant, captained by Mercator Cooper, made the first known landing on mainland Antarctica at Oates Coast, Victoria Land. Interesting.
Oh, damn.
Let's see where that was. Let's see, blah, blah. And actually, I'm going to put a link to, not that link, I'm going to put the link to the Trail of Tears in the underbar. Add that here. But Oatsland, where is that? It's not telling me. It's not showing me on the map. Oh, it's down here. Okay.
Are you reading my fucking barrier, you cat, you weirdo?
Moving on up to 1864. Muffin, why don't you take these two?
So 1864, right?
Yes.
1864. Oh my god. Freaking hate when it
Oh
does. Hold
no!
up.
Really?
1864. Hold up. It freaking scrolled up on me.
That's alright.
Take me a second. Hold up.
Are you talking about a battle?
Alright,
Yeah.
so. Alright, I got it.
Love me some battles.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. So the first 1864 is the Battle of Fair Gardens of Tennessee.
Yep.
Ooh, the fair gardens. Like, are they very fair, or are they magnificent? Or are they just fair?
I'm not entirely sure.
Well, I think fair has been used as many things. Like, I've heard fair as, like, beautiful, I've heard fair as magnificent, but I've also heard fair as, it's okay.
It was a minor cavalry battle during the Civil War between the Army of Ohio and the Department of East Tennessee.
Yeah, well, this is during the, like, was it the tail end of the Civil, or, like, during the middle of it?
I'd say more or less in the middle of it, because despite the
What year did the Civil War end again? Was it 67, or was it 65? I can't remember, or 64.
It was 65. It was...
So, yeah, so this is at the tail end, toward, kind of. I mean, but, like, with war, like, it's like a never-ending thing, and all of a sudden it's done, you're like, what?
Yeah. But yeah, like,
Okay.
despite the small size of this battle, both sides incurred considerable casualties.
Well, yeah, it's probably one of the most, like, hey, look up what was the most bloodiest, deadliest battle. It was at Gettysburg? That was the deadliest battle of the Civil War? Or was that, no, Gettysburg was the Revolution.
No, Gettysburg was Civil War.
Are you sure?
Yeah.
I could have sworn Battle of Gettysburg was revolutionary.
No, but it was Antietam is the bloodiest battle.
Oh, Antietam, okay.
Yeah.
And what year was that?
1862.
Okay, so, alright. But, just to humor me, Gettysburg, the Battle of Gettysburg, that, I'm pretty sure was the revolutionary.
No, it was July 1st, 1863 through July 3rd, 1863.
Oh, shit, okay.
Yeah.
So that was civil. Alright, well then, okay. Well, alright, I'm an idiot. It's okay.
No, you're not. You just don't know, war history and such. So.
Whoa, because I have corrected you on many things on war history, okay?
Well, this is why I held back. This is why I held my tongue, because I was pretty sure it was, it was a civil war, but hey, I've been wrong before.
Yeah, but like, okay, so no, wait, yeah, you're right. The Battle of Gettysburg was civil. You're right.
Yeah. Why don't you take,
I was just having a brain fart. Okay, so are we going up to,
well, why don't you take this
1868?
No, why don't you take this next 64?
Oh, the Civil War skirmish at Kelly's Fort in Virginia?
Yeah.
Yeah, apparently was a skirmish in
A skirmish?
Virginia at Kelly's Fort.
Yeah.
You know what? I used to have a babysitter named Kelly, and if I invaded her fort, that would have been a good thing.
That sounds very suggestive. Moving on up to
Dude, I wasn't.
1868.
Jesus Christ, phrasing, buddy. All right, like I should. There we go. Not a sexual innuendo, guys. Okay.
Moving on up to 1868, during the Boshin War, the Battle of Toba Fushimi began when forces of the Tokugawa shogunate and pro-imperials clashed. Ultimately, the shogunate were defeated, making this a pivotal point in the Meiji Restoration.
You did a good job there, buddy.
Thank you.
I literally thought it was by Boshi for a second.
like, I know it wasn't, like, you wanted to read that one, but you should totally give that to Muffin just so we can giggle. But, like, you know.
The Bogdoshi War.
Let's give him the 1869.
Well, I'm going to take this as well because it's a tie-in.
Oh, because it is a tie-in? Okay.
Also, during the Boshin War, the Tokugawa rebels established the Izo Republic in Hokkaido. And I believe we were speaking about the Izo Republic a while ago. In Hokkaido.
It's called Hokkaido.
Hokkaido.
Yeah, Hokkaido.
The Izo Republic was a short-lived separatist state established in 1869 by a part of the former military of the Tokugawa shogunate on the island of Izo, now known as Hokkaido, at the end of the Bakashizu period in Japan. So yeah, I remember talking about this before. It was, I think it was like the first one. Well, it was a short-lived thing, so I'm not sure if it was the first. I think it was the first democratically driven government in Japan.
Okay.
I believe. But who wants 1870?
I'll take it. Why not?
All right.
It's a sorority. It's a girly thing, you know. The first sorority. Kappa Alpha Theta. And also DePauw U in Greencastle, Indiana, became.
Oh god.
No,
So the
DePauw
first-
U is the university name. DePauw U is Kappa Alpha Theta.
Yeah.
DePauw U.
Okay. Well, you know. Yeah. Well. DePauw U in Green. First female sorority was in Indiana. Put that in your pipe and smoke it, my nieces. Going to KSU, you jerks. But I was gonna go there too, but for meteorology.
Also in 1870, after accepting the 15th Amendment, Virginia was readmitted into the Union. You know, we spoke about that yesterday during the Reconstruction period, or whatever it was called. Virginia was the first state, I believe.
So it was readmitted back after, because, like, wasn't Virginia, like, considered the Confederates?
Yeah, Virginia did.
Do you know that, like, did you know that, like, when they try to say the North versus the South, like, they're actually, like, there were northern states against it, too.
Oh, yeah, no, like, you know, there's things that came out of the Civil War that I'm still learning to this day. Like, the majority of this...
They never taught this. I'm sorry for interrupting. Go ahead.
Well, like, a good chunk, because, like, I saw a video a while ago, and I wanted to show it to you back then, and I've forgotten what it was, but essentially, a lot of the politics leading up to the Civil War, because you'll notice that a lot of states were formed during that time, and that was because, you know, let's say, like, you know, the South, you know, like, incorporated a state. Well, now they have more representatives, so then to balance things out, the North had to do it. Then the North did it again, then to balance things out, the South. So it was a back and forth between North and South, and most of our states came out of, you know, out of that time.
The South fucking joined before the North
to battle
did.
the politics of the other end. So...
Well, here's the other thing about that is that, like, when they were when the Civil War started coming up, is because, like, they wanted to start taxing, like, the cotton mills and everything like that, and it was going to put a huge burden down on the South, and they started doing the taxation thing, which is kind of fucking ironic, because I thought that the reason why we left Britain was because we didn't want to pay our taxes. But here we are taxing people.
It wasn't that we didn't want to pay our taxes. It was because of taxation without representation. We were getting taxed without having any voice. You know, it would be the same thing as, like if you get taxed and you're not allowed to vote.
But if you're getting taxed for stupid shit, like, which is happening every day, because our government keeps thinking it's okay to just tax and tax and tax, and then make these bills saying, you're not going to have to pay anything, but we're going to take it out of your taxes. Like, well, obviously, yeah, we are going to have to pay something because it's already taken out of our paycheck every fucking day.
There's no such thing as a free meal, you know?
No, there is. Not at all. Like, I wish that, like, and I believe that, wasn't it, like, where we finally really implemented taxes was, like, during, like, the World War I or World War II? where it was an optional thing to put in, but then we implemented it to everybody, and then the IRS was eventually established?
I'm not sure, but you know, I'm getting an
this is
idea
something
that
we should maybe talk about on the Jabberwocky.
We can do that, and I was also thinking about like maybe starting up again, like once a week, a specific history, thing show. So like,
do we talk about? Okay, yeah.
And like like talk about the history of the U.S. taxes. That'd be interesting.
No, it would be. Like, we should really look into it if we can actually find the truth anymore, because I'm sure Google...
I would agree to that.
Dead internet, man. The dead internet, man. That...
in general,
ever since I watched that video about the dead internet, life has changed for me.
Yeah. Who wants to take this?
Anyway, let's move up to 1870 again.
Yep.
I'll just do this one. After accepting the 15th Amendment, Virginia was vehemently... said that, but 1870 again, we have Manitoba and Northwest Territories were incorporated.
And I wonder where those were.
That's Canada. Manitoba is Canada.
Okay, I will take your word for it.
I'll get this one.
All right.
Because I've seen license plates throughout Minnesota, and also I see Manitoba. Manitoba, what the fuck are you doing here? Get back to your own country, you assholes. But then again, like. Canada, you gotta love Canada, though. I mean, like, they have good things, but, like, hey, remember, when we went toe-to-toe against them once, we lost.
Yeah.
They do have good maple over there.
Yeah, of course you'd bring that
up. Okay, in 10 years later, 1880, Thomas Edison received a patent for his air conditioning lamp. I wonder who he stole that from.
The iridescent lamp? The iridescent. Ooh.
Incandescent, yeah.
Incandescent. I'm sorry, I thought you said iridescent.
Lunk, I'm not sure how you did this, but not only are you robotic and gargly, but you're also fast. So...
Oh my god, like, you've set that up.
Yeah, I don't know what you did, but you're passing through time at a different rate than the rest of us are, buddy. So... But moving on up 6 years, in 1886, the first British government of Salisbury resigned.
Ooh. Oh, that's over by the, Salisbury Plain. And, the cool little... Do I need to say it?
What is
Come
this?
on, Stonehenge.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, Salisbury is by, Salisbury Plain. That's, like, where the Stonehenge is. Do you know that, like, they have been upkeeping that place and adding on to the rock to, like, keep it in its old form?
Interesting.
Yeah, it's fucking crazy how many times they've actually renovated the site. And I think that, like, takes away from its history.
Yeah, I was gonna say, if they keep, like, renovating it, like, they're pretty soon, all the normal stuff is not gonna be there. It's all gonna be reconstruction.
Like, I see how they're trying to, like, they tried to renovate the Sphinx, but, like, they're more so, like, trying to unbury it so you can see it all. But like, you actually see that erosion isn't sand erosion, that's water erosion by the...
Oh, you know what? I'm gonna add this to my notes as well. Sphinx theories.
Yeah, that's a good one. Sphinx theories.
But I was gonna say, the first British government of Salisbury, resigned. I wonder if the stakes were high,
He fucked up Stonehenge and he had to resign.
No, like, get it? Salisbury steak?
Oh, dude, like, you know what? Like, what does a real Salisbury steak taste like?
Meat with mushrooms? I don't know. But let's keep on moving on. We're already 33 minutes. We're still in the 1800s. We gotta move up to the year 1888. The National Geographic Society was founded in Washington, D.C. for the increase and diffusion of geographic knowledge. Cool.
The increase and diffusion, though?
Diffusion, I think, is like to diffuse, to, like, spread.
Okay,
like,
fair enough.
Let me look it up, actually. What does diffusion mean? Diffusion.
Well,
the spreading of something more widely.
Okay, so are they trying to spread news?
No, knowledge of geographics.
Oh, knowledge of... Oh!
Yeah, this was the National Geographic Society.
Specific term, so I'm diffusing, so you're actually talking about geographic. I'd be like, hey, did you hear what they're diffusing this, and they're diffusing,
No, this is not diffusing, this is diffusion.
Diffusion, I'm sorry, they're diffusioning.
Diffusioning? What's
Yeah.
what's the is there
Oh,
a
shut up. Fuck up,
another
you
way
piece
to
of shit
pronounce
over
that?
there. Sorry.
Alice, you get 1891
Yeah,
here.
I know. Dude, did you know in Mount Pleasant, Pennsylvania, there was a mine explosion in 1891. It killed 109 fucking people.
Dang, that's horrible.
Dude, like, is it like, no, what? No, isn't, is Mount, no, no, that's like, no, there's something pleasant, like the Mothman prophecy. Is that Virginia?
I
Or
thought
West Virginia, the, like, where the Mothman thing and then the bridge collapsed, like Mount Pleasant. I thought it was called, well, it just triggered me thinking that, so it's not the same place. No,
Mothman
because
is
I'm
in
pretty
West
sure that's
Virginia.
West
See you,
Virginia, or,
Muffin.
yeah. Something pleasant. Yeah, take care, Muffin. Muffins!
Moving on up to 1894, the first college basketball game. University of Chicago beats Chicago YMCA in 19-11.
Oh, damn.
Uh,
Good on that. Well, in 1894 also, we have the Midwinter Fair opened in Golden Gate Park. Where is Golden Gate Park?
I believe over by Golden Gate Bridge.
Oh, in Cal.
Yeah.
Go figure.
Yeah.
I thought, but like there's a lot of things that say Golden Gate.
Yeah, Golden Gate Park is like essentially, I would say, the west version of Central Park because it's like a long, thin rectangle.
Is this where something Franco like released the chimpanzee into the beginnings of the planet?
I have no idea. I never saw the newer. I never saw any of the.
Well, it had John Lithgow. That's the reason why I watched. Like, what? John Lithgow's in this movie. I love him. I love him in Harry and the Henderson and Third Rock from the Sun.
Moving on up to 1895, Marius Petipa and Lev Ivanov's revival of Pyotr Tchaikovsky's ballet Swan Lake premiered in St. Petersburg.
Oh, shit. Dude, I know Swan Lake. I've actually seen that before.
Nice.
It's a really cool ballet. I saw it in a, like, when I was in a student council, like, we got this opportunity to, like, see something. And, like, I saw that, and I also saw The Lion, the Witch, and the Wardrobe, which is what it was originally called as a play, which people would now know as The Chronicles of Narnia.
Yeah.
The play is way better than the fucking movie. So
yeah, the book is way better.
But we're gonna move up from that. We're gonna move to 1896. We have Tasmania Bull. They out Victoria for 65 in their first ever innings of Victoria. I'm thinking this is about cricket or it's about rugby. I'm probably wrong on both accords, but it sounds sporty. But like the Tasmania Bull, unless it's, I'd be really happy if it was bowling. Like, ooh, I love to bowl.
1896. Let's see here. Tasmania Bull. Well, I got a bull. Actual bull.
So basically, it's like who can sculpt the best bowl? No, I doubt that. Yeah, the Tasmania Bull.
I'm saying cricket.
Okay, Tasmania Bull out Victoria for 65 for their first ever innings in victory.
Yeah, I got it here. Playing for Tasmania against Victoria in January of 1896. It's cricket.
It's 8:38. Shut the fuck up, dude.
What?
Damn.
I'm talking to my neighbor because he can hear me through the wall.
I'm
moving out soon. Don't worry, dude.
Moving on up to 1897, British troops occupied Beta Gold Coast in Ghana.
Jesus. Well, we have in 1900, Social Democrat Party of America, aka the Debs Party, holds first convention.
Yeah. So,
Damn.
is your neighbor still giving you shit?
No, I just can hear him going, he sighs and does all these loud noises. And, like, then he complains about us. And I'm not that loud.
Yeah, well, what can you do? You know, bad neighbors, everybody's got them. You know, look at Squidward. He's surrounded by them.
Poor Squid.
Moving on up
Good
to
taste, good.
1900 as well, foreign diplomats in Peking, China wrote formal notes of protest demanding that the Chinese government stop the Boxers and other groups leading attacks on Westerners and Christians. This was before the Boxer Rebellion and everything. Oh, look at that. Alice, you have the next one here.
Yeah, I do. Well, we have 5 workers killed in a construction explosion during the IRT subway thing. Like, where's the IRT? Like, where that happened? It doesn't. New York City.
Yep.
So 5 people were killed during a construction thing with an explosion.
Yeah, it's the oh.
So it must have been as they were tunneling through, maybe like to make a thing, and they're constructing it. Like 5 people are killed. They're doing the same thing I heard about. Like, there's only one underground iron mine up in Sudan, Minnesota, and they I took a tour of that place, and it was really amazing. And what they have to do is, after they do a bunch of explosions, they send people back in, this is back in, the early 1900s, maybe earlier than that, or early to mid 1900s. But they had people, go in there, and they got paid an extra, 20 cents to go up there and poke the ceiling to make sure it doesn't fall down.
Jeez.
And maybe that's why the 5 people died. Like, they were doing the whole pokey thing at this time and year. Yeah, 1902, they had people go in checking to see if the gravel was stable before you could let a bunch of people go in there and mine and chisel through more.
Well, I'm looking at the New York subway explosion, January of 1902.
It was an explosion, you said it was an explosion, but...
we have multiple here. Well, here we go, January 27th. It says here 8 people were killed. Some of the victims shockingly mutilated. Big hotels and other buildings damaged.
Shockingly mutilated? How is it shocking? I mean, if you're mutilated, shocking as is. Why do they write shockingly?
I guess, they had pieces of themselves in places where they weren't supposed to be. I'm not sure.
A fucking thumb shoved up their ass and out through their mouth. Like, somehow their arm went up their fucking butthole and out their mouth. That'd be shocking.
Well, I don't know why you're hovering
around
the sphincter area
I'm gonna go dark there. I went dark. I couldn't help myself.
Moving up to 1905, Maurice Rouvier formed government in France.
Oh.
I would look it up, but France has had so many different...
are at it again.
Yeah, they're always at it.
Well, we have in 1906, a year later, Rudolf Anderson skated a world record of 500 meters at 44 seconds.
Dang. Moving on
That's
up,
pretty good.
Yeah, it is. 2 years later, in 1908, Pasiphae, a satellite of Jupiter, was discovered by Melotte. What is Pasiphae?
Oh, that's pretty fucking nice. Yeah. Let's see what that looks like. Come on, give me the dirt. Give me the dirt. Show it to me. Show it.
Oh, here we go. It's a little rock. Cool.
Oh. Well, how big is that little rock? It looks little, but how big is it?
Well, let's see here. Let's see here. Blah, blah, formation surface. It's not telling me any numbers. Well, let's see here. That's a moon.
Has to be big enough for somebody to do that.
Let's see here. Not sure. Orbital speed, mean anomaly, mean motion, any satellite group of mean diameter is 57.8 kilometers. So plus or minus 0.08.
57. So it's about 45 to 50 miles wide.
Yeah, diameter, which is from the center outward, not the circumference. So.
Okay, yeah, from circumference.
Yeah,
so
this is circumference,
so maybe
this is diameter.
Okay, yeah, I was doing diameter. So circumference is probably about like 30.
Oh, I have no idea.
I forgot how to do circumference and diameter. I'm gonna have to redo that. Like, it'll be an easy.
We'll figure that out later. We're on page 7 of 16, and we're already 45 minutes in, so we gotta get this
yeah,
going.
I know. Okay,
Moving on
so
up to 1909, the Young Left was founded in Norway.
alright. What's the Young Left, though?
The Young Left.
The Young Left. Let's see here. Norway.
I like some Young Turks. Let me Turk shit.
Dude, as long as it's not the Young Turks.
Left was a socialist, Marxist, and feminist political youth organization committed to organizing young people to work for social change that evolved out of the labor movement with influences from environmentalism, the peace movement, and the feminist movement. Holy shit! Holy shit!
God.
Oh my god! We are literally repeating history. Oh my god!
I am so glad you fucking read that. Because my god. I am sorry if women out there get upset with me here, but you feminists, like, are ruining everything for regular women that actually just want to live their lives and not fucking, like, use their fucking gender as a fucking ploy. I'm sorry, feminists that want to, like, go out there and argue for women's rights and stuff, like, women have plenty of rights. We have plenty of rights.
Oh, you want to know something funny? I've seen a picture where someone's holding up a sign, like one of these protest signs. I'll put this sign down when I have the same rights as a gun. And then it's just like...
Dude, yeah, you know what? A gun's not a living thing, so why do you want the same rights as a gun?
First off, a gun has no rights. Like, you need to have a background check to get it. It's an item. Like, are you, like, you know, objectifying yourself now? Are you saying that you're an object? You're equivalent to a gun? Because, like, you can't have a gun in a school zone, so you're trying to ban yourself from school? What are you trying to say with that sign? You know, these people are just stupid.
No, they are. You know what's really stupid is, like, this whole woke fucking thing. Where women need to, like, feel like they're important. Like, no, we're plenty important.
Yeah.
Like, if we're not around, life doesn't go on. Okay?
Yeah.
You need to understand that.
You're half
and if
of the
you don't
puzzle,
want to identify as a woman anymore, good for you. By all means, do it. Like, I am not saying don't do it. But you know what? Just because you have your own beliefs doesn't mean we have our own and our own things. Yeah. Well, all I ask is that people respect one another for their fucking opinions. Unless it's about a genocide and thinking that one group needs to be eradicated.
Now,
that's
Alice,
when I fucking drop.
As much as I agree with you, and as much as I love this, let's take this energy and save it until Sunday.
We'll do some just the Jabberwocky.
I'm going to take the next several ones just to pump us up. So,
yep.
In 1915,
let's move on.
The United States Marines occupied Haiti. 1 year after that, during the First World War, the British government passed the Military Service Act, which introduced conscription in the United Kingdom. So, you know, forced servitude for the military.
Yep. In 1916, you have a Communist Party. The Spartacus letters were first published in Berlin.
Ooh, that ain't good. Moving on up to 1917, Cohen D. Conning won second official 11 cities race at 9 minutes and 53 seconds, which is apparently the record. So,
is it still the record today?
11
probably
cities
not.
Race. I never even heard of this. I have no idea what this is.
Beat it by like a half a second or like 10 seconds. It'll either be big or very small.
Well, let's see here.
I hope it's meteor. Like, in the middle.
Well, what this is, the 11 Cities Race, also called Elfstedt and Toste, is a long-distance tour skating event on natural ice, almost 200 kilometers long, which is 120 miles. It's held both as a speed skating competition and as a leisure competition. But here's a map.
Speed and... You can't put speed and leisure in the same... So, be fast, but also be leisure about it.
Well, no, they have two different types. There's the fast competitors, and then
Okay,
there's
so
the
there's a
leisure competitors.
fast. So there's a fast one, and there's the one that take their time. Dude,
Yeah.
that's a huge wreck.
It is.
Dude, that's a lot of.
200 miles. Or
1, 2,
what
3,
was
can
it?
y'all hear me?
Dude, holy shit, man, that's a lot.
Yeah.
Dude, I tip my hat off to that. Dude, that's
actually,
like a fleet.
120
like, do
miles.
people still?
Yeah.
Do people still do it?
I don't know, but I have to say 120 miles, 9:53 record. That has to be 9 hours. Like.
Well, yeah. Well, you gotta rest too, though. Like,
Yeah. Well, for
you
anyone who's
seriously gotta
interested,
rest.
anyone who's interested in this event, I'm going to have a link in the underbar here for you. Let's move on up to the year 1918. The Finnish Civil War began. Ooh.
Oh, of course it did.
Yeah.
Hey, Eve. Sorry,
Of
Eve.
course.
Also in 1918, Tarzan of the Apes, the first Tarzan film, premiered at Broadway Theater.
Shut the
Nice.
fuck up, dude. Just shut the fuck up.
She's talking
Sorry.
to her
Dude,
neighbor.
no, he keeps yelling, like doing this.
Well, just leave him alone.
Like, seriously.
Leave him
Well,
alone.
dude, I don't do anything like that, and I don't get loud.
Well,
It's neither here nor there. Anyway, okay, so in 1918, like you already did that finished.
Oh, yeah,
The
looks
first
like it's a
hostilities occurred. The first hostilities occurred in the Finnish Civil War.
Well, I would assume that's how the Civil War began too. So.
Yeah, well, then we also have in 1924, the 3 days after his death, Lenin's body was carried into a specially erected mausoleum.
Yeah.
Where they actually, like, do they still preserve his body?
I believe they do. Just for the event of the one day, as the Simpsons predicted, for him to punch out of his glass case and start walking out like a zombie going, "Urgh, must destroy capitalism." Well, let's see here.
Yeah.
Lenins Mausoleum. I believe it's still there.
Yeah,
And I
and
believe
they still
Lenin's
keep
body-
him alive. Same as Stalin's, too. They preserve them both.
Look at that. That's a interesting mausoleum.
It was actually a really cool one, but like it's definitely old communist I can't remember the name of the architecture right now off the top of my head. But like the old and bankrupt or bald and bankrupt guy, he likes to tour those areas, and like he had a perfect terminology for, I can't remember what it is, but old and bankrupt, like that guy is cool. I love watching his videos.
Yeah, I have a picture up here of Lenin's in his see-through sarcophagus.
Yeah.
Yeah. But moving on up to 1926, physicist Erwin Schrödinger published his theory of wave mechanics and presented what became known as the Schrödinger Equation in quantum mechanics. So any nerds out there who have any idea what that is, I'm looking that up right now.
That's where he put the cat in the box with a vial of poison, where the
The
poison.
Schrödinger's cat, like
No.
it's either it's alive and dead at the same time.
We're not talking about that. Schrödinger equation is a linear partial differential equation that governs the wave function of a quantum mechanical system. It is a key result in quantum mechanics, and its discovery was a significant landmark in the development of the subject.
So did that end up becoming a practical thing because like they're getting close to the whole, or if they already have like quantum mechanics? So that like now been because of his findings of it?
You know, I may be wrong, but judging by the animation I'm looking at right here, I'm in the wiki for the Schrödinger equation, it looks like it might be the start of figuring out how to bend the fabric of space-time in a bubble around you for FTL travel, or faster than light.
Oh, okay. So like jumping through space. Okay,
Yeah.
so it's completely different than
Well, I
what
don't think
like
it's jumping
Schrödinger's
through
cat.
space. Well, it has nothing to do with this cat.
Or
no.
jumping.
I don't think it has to do with
No.
jumping through space. It has something to do with wave mechanics, which can be utilized in that.
No,
believe.
I know what you're talking about. What it is what they're trying to do is create a bubble around a ship where the front of the space in front of the ship is compressed, and the space behind the ship is expanded.
Yeah, pretty much.
Like get stretched and whatever. Like I've heard that like if we were to space travel like through like light speed, like what would happen is our bodies would be stretched beyond belief, and our bodies couldn't physically handle it.
Well,
So you need to come up with a way to do that without doing that to your body, and I think that's what the FTL drive is like a theory of.
Well, essentially, yeah, that's what it is. Because our ship would not physically like have the power
And
to
the ship
propel
wouldn't
it.
physically handle it either.
But what it does is it would like it's a drive to, and I don't think we're even on this topic anymore of Schrodinger's equation, but it's like a pinch pull. But let's talk about that in the Jabberwocky, like Schrodinger's equation. Who wants to take 19? Where were we even anyway? Okay, 1933. Somebody take that.
1933, I'll take. Oh no, Sohan, you take it. You haven't taken one for a while.
Yeah, because I'm about to break this phone and tighten these headphones.
'Alright.
1933, Otto.
Okay, 1933. Otto Messner, head of the German President Office, dined with British Ambassador Sir Horace Rumble. Damn, rumbled. Bold.
Still sounding like you're talking through a box of Cheerios.
Otto Meissner, head of German's President's Office, dined with British Ambassador Sir Horace Rumble, is what he said.
Yeah.
I heard him fine, but like he was a little jumbled, but I heard him probably better than.
Well, I can hear him okay, and because I have the script, like I can read out what he's saying and understand. But anybody with like a phone, their screen's too small to see the script here, so
yeah,
that's why I try to like have it as audibly clear as possible.
No, we should have the script out for everyone to see. Like
I
they
do.
should
No,
have
I
to
have it. I have it on the show. Like it's up here.
I know. I've noticed that.
Yeah. Also in 1934, Vara refused to hire after commemoration of Marinus van de Lube. Commemoration. Who's Vara?
Of Marinus van de Lube.
Vara.
Or Lubby.
A unit of linear measure formerly used in Latin America and Texas, equal to about 33 inches. But 1934.
Oh shit!
I don't think that's the right one, though.
Hey.
Oh, Vara. It was Joaquin Vara.
Yeah, there you go. Maybe.
Yeah. Anyway.
He refused to hire after a commemoration of Marius van de Lube. Yeah. So I don't know what that means. He refused.
Marius van der Lube. Oh, since the injury forced him to quit his job, he was unemployed with a pension of only $7.44 guilders a week. The Reichstag free trial, man, like I don't know what the hell is going on with this guy.
What we should would you like put this on a separate note? Like, can you just like look this up, because this actually kind of intrigues me what the fuck this means, like what he's doing. So I see it. Oh.
Yeah, let
me just put this on a side. Put it on a side tab, and we can talk about it later after. Oh.
Yeah, I'm gonna start putting this in the Jabberwocky now, because now I have two screens, so I can actively like bring up Discord without it popping up in the show and interrupting everything. But anyway, moving on up to 1939, the Lockheed P-38 Lightning flew for the first time.
Oh, that thing is a sleek machine too. It was beautiful back when people took care of what they wanted their machines to look like.
Yeah, look at that thing.
Dude, she's sleek. Even with like her connected tails. Like I find something about that plane just beautiful. My brother, my older brother, like not my oldest brother, but my older brother, like he actually got a model plane set, and he put together like the stealth fighter and the stealth bomber together. Like he got all the things, and he took the time to paint them and everything.
That's cool.
And he made like a stealth bomber, you know, you have the one with like the two little like hyper jets on the side with like the little sleek and then like
you're
little
talking
like
about the
lips on the side.
you're talking about the
No,
SR-71,
you showed me a
the
picture,
Blackbird?
but he had a picture of the stealth bomber. I think in the stealth, what is it called?
The Blackbird, the SR-71.
Yeah, the Blackbird. Yeah, the black. Yeah, just look up the Blackbird real quickly while you have your thing up. Just look up the Blackbird. I can tell you yes or no. But he did a bomber and a Blackbird. Yeah, that's the one he did.
Yeah.
My brother put together a model of that,
So
and then he also did the stealth bomber, which looked really like geometric, and I get why they did it, but it pissed me off. I thought this bird right here, like, but what year was this bird made? What year did they do that?
The SR-71 was introduced in January of 1966, and it was.
But when was it actually made, though?
First flight December 22nd, 1964. But let me see here.
Okay.
See here, background. Late 1957, the CIA approached the defense contractor Lockheed to build an undetectable spy plane.
Yeah,
So,
yeah, like, no, I remember when it first came out, like, but, like, I believe that plane had been around a little, but, like,
well,
at the same time, in the 50s and 60s, like, that kind of technology was pretty fucking rambunctiously awesome. But let's move on, because we gotta continue our history.
Yeah. Ellis, you have 1940.
1940. We have a...
You cut out.
Well, oh, did I cut out? Can you hear me now?
Yes, you can.
Okay, so we had negative 17 degrees with a negative 27.4 Celsius. So for those who don't, like, you know, do our Fahrenheit. So negative 19 Fahrenheit, negative 27 Fahrenheit, or Celsius, is the coldest day in the Netherlands since 1950. I'm sure they've reached colder temperatures since then. But no, okay. So basically, we have a negative.
Wait, where are you go? Oh no, you're supposed to read 1940.
Oh, I was at 42. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Oh. Okay.
I was like, wait, it's 17, not 19.
Well, no, I have two. Well, I have two different things. Okay, so
Yeah.
negative 17 Fahrenheit, and then we have negative 27 Celsius.
Yeah.
At TCC camp, the F-16 Georgia.
Which is a state record.
What's F-16 Georgia?
I don't know. CCC camp.
But it is a state record. So apparently, some of Georgia got negative 17 degrees Fahrenheit.
Civilian Conservation Camp, or Civilian Conservation Corps.
What?
Camp F-16, also known as Camp Snyder, in Olympic National Forest, Washington, August 1933.
Dude, because that looks fucking cool.
Yeah.
You said concentration camp. Like, what kind of camp was it? Conservation. So is this like environmental group looking out to research camp?
No, it's a civilian conservation camp. Whatever. Let's see here. It's not telling me.
What's a cultivation? What's a cultivation camp?
Civilian Conservation Corps. Let me look that up real quick. It was a work relief program that gave millions of young men employment on environmental projects during the Great Depression. Nice.
Okay.
Yeah, the Civilian Conservation Corps. And specifically this camp, which is the Camp F-16 in Georgia, that's where, they got the lowest record.
No. So a lot of shit happened there.
Well, no, okay, so I think I lost you. So, what a civilian conservation camp is, all right? The Civilian Conservation Corps was a voluntary public work relief program that ran from 1933 to 1942 in the United States for unemployed, unmarried men ages 18 to 25 and eventually expanded to ages 17 to 28.
Okay, so that's where I got, like, you said like I misheard conservation to concentration.
Yeah.
I was like, what?
Yeah. Conservation. Yeah.
Conservation. Yeah,
Yeah.
with a ST, not.
Conservation, not concentration. So it's
Well,
it's
there's still STs, I guess.
Yeah.
Well, CT. No, wait.
For anyone interested,
My
I'm gonna
spelling is
post-
failing me. Anyway, let's move up anyway.
Yeah.
Let's like show this while where are we at? The French government in 1934 or no?
Well, we have in 1941 the Peruvian ambassador Ricardo Rivera Schreiber warned U.S. ambassador of Japanese assault on Pearl Harbor. So.
Here, my phone was like slide down. I was like, what? No way.
So yeah, like were we talking about somebody warning them about Pearl Harbor a week or so ago? Like.
Yeah, we were, like, remember, like, was it Dan Aykroyd had his little small role where, like, in Pearl Harbor, which was the only good depiction of what happened in Pearl Harbor was the war scene, but you had to deal with, like, 2 hours of love.
Yeah, well, it's all Hollywoodized crap, just to, like, because, like, obviously
You
everybody's...
gotta have a story to it. Like, why can't you just have a story, like, you remember when they did Band of Brothers? Like,
yeah, but we gotta go. We gotta keep going.
Yeah, I know. Let's keep going. 1942. 1942. So I already did 1942 with the -19 Fahrenheit. The coldest day in Netherlands, 1850.
Dang.
Which is also 27.4 degrees Celsius.
Yeah.
So.
Moving on up to 1943, during the Second World War, the 8th Air Force sorties 91 B-17s and B-24s to attack the U-boat construction yards at Wilhelmshaven, Germany. This was the first U.S. bombing attack on the nation. So, it's cool.
In 1944, the 900 siege, you mean?
900-day siege.
Oh, no, wait, no. But we have 1944. We have the 900-day siege of Leningrad was lifted.
Yeah, 900 days. That's
Dude, that's over a couple of years.
That's
dude.
2 years and change, yeah. Because 365 times, 3 is like over 1,000 days. So we're almost at 30 years.
Yeah, it was ridiculous. That's a lot. I feel bad, like, for the families that lost loved ones.
Well, you want to know something really bad? Is that Stalin actually, because,
Well, he killed more than fucking Hitler did.
Well, yeah, he did, but no, normally in war zones, they evacuate all the civilians. No, he kept the civilians there, so that way the soldiers would fight harder. So he put millions of innocent lives in danger just for that city, and it was called Stalingrad. It was his name. It was a whole ego thing, but
yeah, it was all about ego.
But
if
they had lost Stalingrad, though, the war might have ended differently because Russia would have probably lost a lot of resolve because
Do you remember the day when United States allied with Russia?
I wasn't alive, but I can look it up.
Well, I wasn't alive either, but when we were told that we were once allies with them, and then the Cold War happened, and now look where they are.
Well, we were allies with China, so look what that happened. We were enemies with Japan, and look what happened. Times change, man. It's crazy.
Yes, agreed.
Yeah.
Why can't all the fucking leaders just get a bong, or no, get a hookah? This is the one time I'm gonna say that a hookah is acceptable. But all the world leaders need to get onto a fucking huge giant hookah and fucking smoke together and fucking just talk.
Well, for
I'm talking tobacco. I'm talking tobacco, not weed.
The liberals won't go for that because that'd be cultural appropriation if any white people did that.
Oh, dude,
no.
We're from America. America is a fucking cesspool
we are the
of
melting pot.
fucking life.
We are the melting pot.
What do you have to say? What do you have to say?
All you need to do is get together and just fucking fight it out. Just punch each other.
Yeah.
But yeah, you know what we should do is just have boxing matches between all of our leaders.
Actually, like, I remember, like, I'm not sure if this is fictitious or not, but I remember that there's some country or some city or something that one day out of the year, like, you know, anybody who has any grievances towards anybody, they all just, like, fight each other and then shake hands and then start brand new the next day. I gotta look that up.
You know what I want to do? You know what? If people want to have, like, dick contests, they should have just, like, you know what? Let's have, like, 80-year-olds fucking box match. You know what? Fuck it. Like, if you want to, like, show that you're strong arm, like, hey, why don't you have the leaders fucking do it instead of all these people fighting for you?
Yeah. Start writing down notes yourself.
Like, why do millions of people have to die because fucking leaders have to be idiots?
Please start taking notes. I want to talk about that in the Jabberwocky. Believe me, as much as I want to continue this conversation, we've deviated so much so far already.
I know we have.
1951, nuclear testing at the Nevada test site began with Operation Ranger. My mom actually saw a couple of those. She grew up in Las Vegas back in the day. She was born in 1941. Yeah, 1941. So yeah, she got to see some of those mushroom clouds in person, which must have been something.
Dude, I actually heard a story about a blind person that was born blind, and they actually, like, when they actually did class in the United States, she actually saw a flash of light for the first time in her life.
Wow.
Because she was that close.
Wow.
Well, she was in Arizona, but, like, or something like that, or New Mexico. But, like, she actually, like, she had been blind, or maybe she wasn't born blind. I could be wrong, but, like, this woman was blind. I remember hearing a story about it back when I was in middle school from my American Studies teacher, saying that she actually saw the flash of light when the first nuclear bomb was actually successfully tested.
That's insane.
Or something like that.
Yeah, look that up. I want you to look that up. Start taking notes, please.
Yeah, I'll dig into it. I'm not gonna do it tonight, but I'll do it tomorrow. Just remind me to look into it.
Well, I won't remember. That's why I'm saying I have a pad here.
Yeah, we'll write it down.
Where'd my pencil
and
go?
just be like, hey, Alice, can you look into the blind woman who saw Flash, who's been blind? So, and I'll look it up because I could have sworn I heard it like back like. These are memories that I'm, like, retaining from... I could be wrong. I could be totally wrong from when I was a kid. But I had this American Studies teacher who was really amazing and awesome. He told me a lot of cool things, but maybe he just had to tell me what, like, the school district wanted to tell you. Anyway, where are we at?
In the year 1961, the Soviet submarine S-80 sunk when its snorkel malfunctioned, causing the boat to flood. Uh-oh.
Yeah.
Not good. Snorkels. Muffin, you want to take 1965?
Sure. Hold up. Let me... 1965... Oh, sweet, it's the only one. So, in 1965, the South Vietnamese Prime Minister Tran Van Hong was removed by the military junta of oh god, here we go.
Nguyen.
Let him struggle.
Oh, never mind. That's my chamber, teacher, papa.
Yeah, whatever. Nigu Yan Gahan, whatever his name is. Khan, yeah.
And actually, Alice, would you mind surrendering this to Muffin? Because you get the deaths tonight, and I do mention these down there, too.
Yeah, you're talking about the
Yeah.
program,
Yeah. Well, you get to talk about them later on in the death section. Alice, come on.
Dude, seriously, the way you... fine. I'll take it. But I am going to have a rebuttal after this.
That's fine. Mr. Muffin.
Alrighty. So in 1967, the Apollo program, the astronauts Gus Grissom, Ed White, and Roger Chaffee were murdered in a fire during a test, or a test, whatever that word is,
A
of their
test. It's supposed
a
to be
test.
two, but I forgot to put in the space.
A test
Yeah.
of their Apollo 1 spacecraft at the Kennedy Space Center, Florida.
And this is
But-
something
To
I
be
want
the
to, before Alice
original-
starts going off, I want to talk about this during this Sunday's Jabberwocky, because there's a whole bunch of, shenanigans behind this event. So
There's a lot of conspiracy behind it. Yes, and I will agree with that. And that's the only reason I am going to save it for the Sunday Jabberwocky. My peace of mind about this.
yeah. Also in 1967, during the Cold War, the United States, the United Kingdom, and the Soviet Union signed the Outer Space Treaty in Washington, D.C., banning deployment of nuclear weapons in space and limiting the usage of the moon and other celestial bodies to peaceful purposes only.
Well, in 1973, sorry, I'm gonna shut you off there, buddy. We gotta move on up. Colonel William Snold was killed in action, becoming the last reported U.S. combat casualty in Vietnam because of the Paris Peace Accords officially ended in the fucking conflict. God damn it, that really upsets me.
What?
Like, too many lives are lost during war, and it always fucking gets me. But, like,
Yeah.
He died as a casualty in the Vietnam because of the Paris Peace Accord. Peace Accord.
He didn't die because of the Paris Peace
Officially
Accord.
ended in the Vietnam. Well, yeah, because he died, the Vietnamese conflict died. I mean, you know what?
No,
Actually,
no, let me explain it to you. These are two events during the same time. Colonel William Knoll became the last combat casualty for the U.S. during that conflict because the Paris Peace Accords, which were finalized during that same day, ended the conflict. So that's why
but he was
the last
still
one.
fighting before he got the word, right?
I don't know the semantics. Like Paris is on the other side of the whole world from Vietnam, so I don't know the exact semantics. But those two things happen on the same day, but neither one of them have anything to do with each other.
No.
Except for the Paris Peace Accords ending the conflict. Thus, he's the last one because the conflict ended. So,
Alright,
yeah.
fair enough.
Moving on up to 1980.
Well, you're still upset.
Yeah. Through cooperation between the U.S. and Canadian governments, 6 U.S. diplomats secretly escaped hostilities in Iran in the culmination of the Canadian Caper. That sounds interesting.
Helena Caper.
Yeah, that sounds.
I'm going to look it up real quick and add that to the underbar, but who wants the next one?
Well, I will take 1983. We have the pilot shaft of the Sikan Tunnel, the world's longest subaqueous tunnel, at 53.85 kilometers long, between the Japanese islands of Honshu and Hokkaido, broke through. Which is actually kind of cool.
I think we were talking about this yesterday, actually, because I remember this picture. This is the tunnel. Connects 2 islands in Japan, underwater. And
yeah. Well, there's also the same one that goes between England and France. So
that's the Channel Tunnel. The Channel, yeah.
Yeah. Well, it's been done more than once.
Yeah.
But it actually is efficient and cool. But what happens if you set off a mine above it?
I don't know.
Catastrophic failure.
Maybe depending on how strong the thing. Remember, water is heavy.
But
So
I'm not the only person that saw about it.
No,
My knee. I'm sorry.
I'd be surprised if you were, honestly. Something like that. Tunnels have been around forever. And so is actually, tunnels have been around so long that they were actually used as a weapon during medieval ages. They used to tunnel.
Also used as an aquifer too.
Yeah.
An underground aquifer.
Yeah.
To move water to farmlands. So
Yeah.
I mean, but when you militarize them, why does everything have to be?
Well, you do know that our entire highway system is essentially for the military, right? Like it's like in case anything happens, they can move arms and armor a lot quicker than if we didn't have the
time they were
freeways.
doing war games. Anyone remember Operation Jade Helm?
Yeah, that sounds very familiar. Isn't that where they went into a random city and just shut it down and did?
No, is what they did. Is they did war games without fighting. They flew between skyscrapers and everything and infiltrated our own country. They're training to fight in our own country because I knew eventually war's gonna come on our own country.
Yeah.
It's just a matter of when.
Yeah. But moving on up.
I thought it was gonna happen 20 years ago. I gotta go to the bathroom real quick, but just keep reading.
All right.
I'm sorry.
Moving on up to 1996, in a military coup, Colonel Ibrahim Barry Manisiari deposed the first democratically elected president of Niger, Mahamani Al-Usman. And Muffin, you want to take 96?
Sure thing. So the last of the 1900s in a way. In 1996, Germany first observed the International Holocaust Remembrance Day.
Took them long enough.
Yeah.
Yep.
Look.
Okay, let me try.
Yeah, I can actually hear you a little bit better, so go ahead.
In 2002, an explosion at the military storage facility in Lagos, Nigeria, killed at least 1,100 people and displaced over 20,000 others. Oh my God, 20,000 people displaced. So 1,100 killed.
That's a lot of people. Moving on up to the year 2003, the first selections for the National Recording Registry were announced by the Library of Congress. Which I wonder what that is. I assume I know what that is. It sounds pretty self-explanatory, but it is a list of sound recordings that are culturally, historically, or aesthetically significant and or inform or reflect life in the United States. Alright, yeah, it's cool. And for anybody interested in the complete list, I will put this in the underbar for you. Oop. Who wants this next one here?
I'll take the next one. 2013?
2010.
Oh, 2010. Apple announced the iPad.
Yep.
So fucking expensive.
Also in 2010, the 2009 Honduran constitutional crisis ended when Porfirio Lobo Sosa became the new president of Honduras.
Interesting.
Nice.
Muffin, 2011?
Sure. So a year later, in Arab Spring, the Yemeni revolution began. Over 16,000 protesters demonstrated in Sana'a. Yeah, Sana'a. My bad.
Okay. Moving on up 2 years after that, in 2013, 242 people perished in a nightclub fire in the Brazilian city of Santa Maria, Rio Grande do Sul.
I had it.
I'm sorry.
Yeah, I see that.
Yeah.
No, it's okay.
Why don't you take the next one?
Well, I'll just take the next one.
Yeah.
So, 242 people died?
Yeah, in a fire in a nightclub. Yeah.
On Grand du Sul. Okay, well, in 2014, the Rojava conflict. The Kobani canton declared its autonomy from the Syrian Arab Republic.
Interesting.
Yeah?
And so, take this last one.
Yeah, in 2017, a naming ceremony for the chemical element Tennessee took place in the United States.
Yeah, it looks
What
like
is Tennessee?
Tennessee.
A naming ceremony for the chemical element Tennessine took place in the United States. Well, so a new element was discovered?
Yeah, it's a synthetic Tennessine is a synthetic chemical element with the symbol TS and atomic number 117. It is the second heaviest known element and is the penultimate element of the 7th period of the periodic table.
Dude, do you remember what the periodic table elements looked like when we were in school? to what it looks like now. Like, look up what the periodic table of elements was in 1995 to what it is in 2020. Just humor me. Because this is gonna blow your mind away what we've found, and I wish that I've kept up on this. I think, like, my life would be more complete if I knew more about this, but I know that all of a sudden there's a shit ton of elements and things that are added to. But I remember, like, in my science project, one of my science projects, like, they gave me the element of sulfur, and I had to do that. And I had to, like, make a physical thing. So I used candy, but I used hard candy with, like, cores. Like, with, like little bubbly thing. And, it was ridiculous. My dad helped me with it. It was pretty cool.
Dude, I
I'm
always
pretty sure
thought,
my dad did, and my mom helped me.
Like,
But Dad.
I always thought that for the most part, like, the table of elements, like, was pretty much the same.
And that was like,
but yeah,
I thought that was what it was, and there's nothing more. I never thought in a million years, like, at that age, that, like, I mean, this is fact. This is all that is.
Mm-hmm.
And I never took into consideration, like, how much we can grow and everything. But, like, you also have to think about, have you ever thought about, like, other lives on other, like, planets? Like, some can be, like, organic and, carbon-based, like we are. But they're also, like, silicon-based life forms, too. And that opens up a whole new world to our periodic table. So, I mean, anyways,
well,
let's get on to bursts.
Yeah, moving on to bursts. Well, before we do that, like, any article here, like, reach out and grab you, in particular?
The article that was going to grab you is not going to reach out until I do bursts.
That is
I mean,
true.
like, there are a lot of cool things that happen, don't get me wrong, but...
Yeah.
For me, the blackbird.
For you, it's the what?
The blackbird.
Oh, yeah, the blackbird. The blackbird. What when did we,
Before World War II, about...
Oh, well, no, like, we were just talking about it. I don't think we had an article involving it, did we? No. I don't know. Anyway, moving on to bursts. Starting off with Albert III in 1443. He was the Duke of Saxony. George Byng, the first Viscount of Torrington, 1663, a Royal Navy Admiral. Jonathan Ballastar Newman, 1687, German engineer and architect, designed Würzburg residence and Basilica of the 14 Holy Helpers. I kind of want to look at that real quick, because it's been on my mind about what that actually looked like. Oh, that's cool. Wow. That's really cool. We have Wolfgang Amadeus Mozart in 1756, an Austrian pianist and composer. Eli Whitney Blake, 1795, U.S. engineer, invented the Mortise lock. What is the Mortise lock? Alice, are you frozen?
Yeah, she had some work earlier.
I think both Alice and Lunk are having some connection problems.
Okay.
What is the Mortise lock? It's a lock that requires a pocket to be cut into the edge of the door or a piece of furniture into which the locks... Okay, so essentially like a door lock. So, he invented these. I'm going to add this to the underbar. Let's see here. We also have Eugene Violet Leduc, 1814, a French architect, designed the Lausanne Cathedral. We have Richard Taylor, 1826, U.S. general, historian, and politician. Edward Smith, 1850, English captain. His death was 1912, and I did look it up. He was the captain of the Titanic. We have Wilhelm II, 1859, German emperor. His death was in 1941, and I believe he was the emperor during World War I, which means that he survived to see one of his soldiers little no-name guy named Adolf Hitler rise to power, take over his country, and completely ruin the world. We have William Randolph Hearst Jr. in 1908, a U.S. journalist and publisher. Now, somewhere out here, there's a place called Hearst Castle, and I'm not sure if it was him or his dad, oh yeah, conceived by William Randolph Hearst. So it was his dad, I believe. Wait, copy. So I'll put that in the underbar for anyone who wants to see that. Then we had Edvard Kardelj in 1910. He was a Slovene general, economist, and politician, the second foreign minister of Yugoslavia. Francis Rogallo. Just to make sure I am being picked up. Yes, I am. And making sure I am still alive. I guess I am. Francis Rogallo, 1912, a U.S. engineer, invented the Rogallo wing. What does that look like? Where'd my internet go? There it is. Rogallo wing.
Apparently my laptop decided to be a douchebag, so... So, I'm not gonna see you guys, but, let me, get into the script here, so I can see our death.
Alright.
Alright. Where are you at?
We're talking about the Rogallo wing. Essentially, this is what the Rogallo wing looks like. If anybody's interested, I'm gonna have a, link to that in the underbar as well.
Oh.
And then we have Ross Bagdasarian Sr. in 1919, U.S. singer, songwriter, pianist, producer, and actor, created Alvin and the Chipmunks. Helmut Zacharias, 1920, German violinist and composer. And I told myself to look this guy up. He looks like, I forgot the name, but that guy from CNN, like with a really evil-looking grin.
Oh. Does he have, like, the devilish mustache?
No, but, yeah.
Is it Anderson Cooper?
Oh,
No, not Anderson Cooper. CNN guy.
Yes, I said Wolf Blitzer.
No, it's the bald guy. This guy here. Brian Stelter.
Brian Stelter. He's younger than me, and he's got that balding hair, and Mark Dice loves to make fun of him.
Wait, how old is Brian Stelter?
Brian Stelter is like 2
Oh,
years
wow.
younger than me. I think
He's only 36?
Yeah, he's 2 years. No, he's a year younger
Wow.
than me. It's almost 2. Yeah, that guy is like a fucking retard.
Well, anyway, like, if anybody's watching my stream, I'm ping-ponging
I
between these
can't
two.
because my laptop died, and maybe that's why it's like having a problem. So.
Anyway, we're moving on to Donna Reed. She was born today in 1921, and she was a U.S. actress. We have Ralph Denkatats, 1924, Cypriot's lawyer and politician, the first president of Northern Cyprus.
Pripyat.
Cypriot, C-Y-P-R-I-O-T, not Pripyat.
Yeah,
Cypriot.
Well, my dad can tell me later if I said it wrong.
We have Seth Justman, 1951, a U.S. keyboard and songwriter, just a man. Then we have Tam O'Shaughnessy, or O'Shag-Hennessy, 1952, a U.S. tennis player, psychologist, and academic. Frank Miller, 1957, U.S. illustrator, U.S. illustrator, director, producer, and screenwriter. Alan Cumming, 1965, Scottish U.S. actor. Patton Oswalt, 1969, born today. He's a U.S. comedian and actor.
Oh, the guy that threw fucking good old comedian under the bus. Need I say more? Should I say his name? I don't know if I should.
Yeah, I remember hearing something about this guy that I didn't appreciate. So.
Yeah, well, Roman even, like, called him out, but, like, I mean, Patton Oswalt, like... the one thing I'm really upset, like, especially after his, like, whole cancel culture thing with, Joe Rogan, and Dave Chappelle, Joe Rogan, like, came up to bat against Patton Oswalt, like, but I get it, like, and then Patton Oswalt, like, took a picture of himself, like, writing a letter, like, he is, like, really thinking hard about what Dave Chappelle said. So he could, like, openly, like, shun him because Dave Chappelle's last, like, comedy thing pissed off a lot of people. Well, you know what, man? Like, the whole thing about comedy is that, like, everything is open to fucking making fun of. If you can't take a joke, then go into the fucking hills and hide away, because obviously life is not meant for you. Because, like, I've been made fun of, and yeah, it hurts and it feels bad, but I get over it and I laugh about it. I'm like, yeah, ha 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 ha. But,
Even
like,
if-
and that's what Dave Chappelle did. But Patton Oswalt, like, decided, like, he was really good friends with Dave Chappelle, and then he fucking turned his back on him. And because of fucking social injustice. You know what? I'm sick and tired of this. Like, if you can't fucking take a joke, then get off the fucking internet.
Yeah. Do
Seriously.
you want to take deaths?
Yeah, I'll take deaths. I'm ready for it. Like, I was born and ready for my deaths.
What?
But except... What? I was born and ready for them. Like, eventually I'm gonna die too. Like, shit.
So are you a cat? You're gonna die plural?
No. Not... Well, I do have 9 lives, but let's not talk about how many lives I'm on. Okay, so in 90... Is this AD or BC?
AD.
Okay, so in 98 AD, we have Nerva. He was a Roman emperor. In 1377 AD, we have Frederick the Simple. He was the king of Sicily. In 1638, we have Gonzalo de Caspedes. Yay, Meneses. He was a Spanish author and poet.
Yep.
Hey, Sohan, do you want to take Bartholomew?
Oh, really?
Yeah, take the next 3. Take the next 3 for me.
So, I gotta get off this and go all the way. Oh, I'm here.
1731.
Take from 1731 to 1880.
1781. First 7.
Okay.
First, damn it.
You were still a little crackly for me, but that's okay.
Oh, Bartolomeo Cristofori. 1731. Italian instrument maker invented the piano.
What?
Nice.
Shit, I should have taken
Yo.
that. Oh my god.
I thought that's...
So we have Bartholomew Cristofori. He is the inventor of the piano?
Yeah.
Dude. That is what
I
I
was shocked why you gave that to Sohan, but yep. Apparently you didn't read ahead.
Well, you
I was
put
shocked.
my name on it, but like, no, I was being nice. I didn't realize that he was the inventor. Like,
Yeah.
the more you know. Do. Anyway, the next 2.
Yeah, in 1816, we have Samuel Hood, first Viscount Hood, English admiral and politician.
Okay. And
There you go.
the next one?
Oh, in 1880, we have Edward Middleton Barry, English architect and academic, co-designed the Halifax Town Hall and the Royal Opera House.
Oh, okay. That's pretty fucking cool.
Nice.
We have in 1910 we have a Thomas Crapper. Dude, that's too much. Dude, I didn't know. So we have Thomas Crapper. He was the English plumber and businessman.
Yeah, the alleged inventor of the toilet.
Dude,
At
so
least the modern
Crapper-
day,
It's like we
plunger
walk around the
mechanism
crapper.
and stuff.
Dude, no, latrines were around before, but like now you call it the Crapper.
No.
No, now I know why.
Yeah,
Yeah, well, no, like,
it's
I
like
believe...
walk around the crapper.
I believe he's the inventor of the mechanism, the flushing, you know.
Oh,
Okay.
the little thing to like
Yeah.
plunge down the water and
Actually-
everything. Oh,
Actually,
okay,
let me look
okay.
him up. That's Crapper.
That's funny, the crapper.
He founded Thomas Crapper and Company in London, a sanitary equipment company. His notability with regard to toilets has often been overstated, mostly due to the publication in 1969 of a fictional biography by satirist Wallace Rayborn. Okay, so satire started the whole thing.
Crapper.
Yeah.
The satire started the crapper.
Yeah.
Oh, you crapper. Oh, well, now we know where crapper came from.
Yeah.
Dude, my dad's gonna love that one.
If he ever gets this far in, we're already an hour 39.
Yeah, I know. You never know. Like my dad's a fucking resilient man. Okay, so where are we at? We're at crapper.
1927.
Oh, we're at 1927. We have Jurgis. The fuck? Jurgis. I'm not even gonna fucking say it today.
No, you got it. You got it.
Fucking
It's
really?
the rules. It's the rules.
Yeah, system rules. Okay, alright. Dude, okay, shut up, Muffin. Dude, why don't you just shut your mouth? Like, let me hear. What why don't you try and say?
How does it feel like being on the other side of the fork there, Alice?
I'm always on the other side of the fork, okay? Okay, so we have Jurgis Matulatis. Matulavicius
There you go.
in 1927. He's a Lithuanian bishop. Bastard. And I probably said it totally wrong, but that's okay. We also have the crew of Apollo in 1935. Roger B. Chaffee, who's a pilot, engineer, and astronaut. Gus Grissom, U.S. pilot and astronaut. We have Ed White. He was a colonel and engineer and astronaut from the Apollo 11, right?
Apollo 1.
Oh, no, I'm sorry, Apollo 1. No,
Apollo 11 is the one that landed.
Apollo 11 was the one that went to the moon.
Yeah.
Okay, that's right.
Now let's give this next one to Sohan here.
Yep.
Oh shit.
No.
Yeah, you got your Apollo 1. You got your Apollo 1. Give him something. Come on, be fair.
No,
be fair.
dude, this is
Alice.
I told you.
Alice. Come on.
Fuck.
You've talked for like most of the show. Come on. Like.
Okay, fine. I am not happy.
Alright, Alice, I tag you in. Tag you in. It's your turn.
He tagged you in.
I tag you in. Right?
Okay, hey. Well,
Yes, sir.
1, 2, 3, say at the same time. 1, 2, 3. Andre the Giant.
Andre the Giant, 1993.
He was a professional
First
wrestler.
professional wrestler in acting.
Yeah.
Dude. Yeah, he died today.
He also played the guy in Princess Bride. So.
Yes, he did. It was actually one of the last things he did before he died. My dad told me that. That's why it was like in person and I told me that.
Dang.
My dad introduced me to Andre the Giant. And so that was why it was kind of a big thing for me.
And then you have one more death left here. Why don't we give it to Muffin?
Well, yep, Muffin, take it.
Alright, so the last one here is Ingivar Kampard. Stop smiling, Kampard, whatever his last name is. Anyways.
Oh god.
It came apart? Like, actually, that's what happened.
Well, that's actually kind of ironic.
I don't know what it is ironic.
2018, founder of what's this word? Oh, that's right, IKEA.
Are you being serious right now?
No, I'm just pulling that shit out my ass. It's IKEA.
IKEA. The man is dead and we're laughing, guys. And he's probably still kind of fresh, too, 2018.
We're laughing at the fact of him, like, not saying things right, but, like, we haven't done anything right all night, so it's okay.
Anyway, that concludes the show. Once again, check the underbar for any links you may be interested in. For your dose of past events daily, we stream every day at 5 o'clock p.m. Pacific time. For all of you and all of us.
And 8 p.m. Eastern time.
Yes. For all of you and all of us, I am Ayo Xander.
I am Who is Alice?
Senor Lunk de La Santa.
And Caillou Babush, known as the Muffin Man.
The Muffin Man.
Muffin Man, the Muffin Man.
Don't forget to look right and left at every intersection, rate 5 thumbs, and subscribe. We'll see you. Actually, you will see us tomorrow. We won't see you. That'd be a little weird. Toodles!
Let's go, Brad.